Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to another episode of
FanKingHaters,
your weekly fantasy show where we dish out hate on those fantasy players that mess up your DraftKings, your FanDuel, the draft, the new one. I've been winning on there. Shout out to the draft. Or your personal lineup. I'm Marcus the Greek. To my left is Melodic. To my right is Side of One. And I am on location. We're going to jump right into our hate from last week. So, Melodic, who do you hating on from last week?
I'm going with probably 50% of DraftKings hates, maybe 30. Josh McCown.
Which seems to be the theme of the year for us and most fantasy players. We're going to hate on injuries. He got hurt, so he didn't get to be the check down king that he is.
Right, which led to Robbie Anderson also only coming up with 9 points. So I'm going to throw him in there.
That's an extra hate.
Yeah.
Just adding a little hate to the fire.
Yeah, like a little mini domino effect just happened there. So.
All right, my hate is, the guy that we had a little side bet off camera about if he was a Heisman Trophy winner or not. Travis Henry. It was a low scoring game, 12-7, I think was the final score. It was a defensive battle. He didn't get as many carries as I thought. His production is really based off the amount of carries and getting a long run in there sometimes. But I'm gonna hate on Travis Henry this week.
But Travis Henry did play for the Titans, but we're gonna go with Derrick Henry. We're gonna go with Derrick Henry.
Thank you for that correction. My bad, Derrick. I'm so mad at you. I messed up your name.
And for me,
who you hating on this week?
When you have 174 points total in your lineup, it's hard to find somebody. But I guess I could hate on Delaney Walker, who got me 9, and Jaguars defense, who got me 8. But Seattle put up 24 points, and they still got 8 points, which I feel is good. So I really don't have a hate. I was in the green as usual. I've been telling people that these last few weeks that I think this the 3 or 4 weeks in a row I have personal best of points. And I'm just doing one lineup, coming up with some fire, and if people will actually listen to us,
like Dylan, hot fire,
that hot fire. Hey, I've been giving folks that hot sauce, but nobody wants it. So, hey, this has been fun just to sit here and watch it and have proof of it. So if anybody wants to question it, we got record of it.
Yes, sir. That's why y'all should be watching us. We know what we're talking about. We just ain't on here hating. We know a little bit of something. Melodic, who you rolling out this week?
This week I'm rolling out Drew Brees. They're at home going against the Jets. Like we just talked about, they lost their quarterback. I don't think the whole momentum of their team will be very good. So I'm gonna go with them at home. He might not get the deep ball, but he does get a little bit of tosses here and there. What's that?
Okay, so you're not worried about them being run first more now than him getting a lot of passes like he's done in the past. You're confident in that play?
They might, because they have one of the best duo running backs I think in the league within Ingram and Kamara, but he's going to have to throw the ball. He's averaging about 18 points a game. Okay. So if he can give me 18, I'll be okay with that.
All right. Who else you got on that lineup?
I just think Drew Brees is a good play. I'm a Saints fan. The Jets are gonna be mangled. They're on the road. Wilkerson's not traveling, not even an injury, not knowing why. But it just seems like there's this other quarterbacks that you could pick that are getting that give you a possibility of getting 20 to 30 points. But Drew Brees could be his first 300-yard game, and it's about time.
Yeah, and it's
like
I'm saying, because it's getting towards the end of the season, playoffs, and you got to win. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be hot. I got Kenyon Drake as my running back.
Okay.
Miami at Buffalo. I
like that play. Game. Buffalo's run defense is not the greatest.
Right, and Kenyon Drake's been hot the last couple of weeks, so I'm gonna go with him. I've been having him on my bench in my league, even though
a little bit better.
Right, yeah. I'm in the toilet bowl in the league, but I still have him in my lineup.
Okay.
I got Jonathan Stewart,
Uh,
Carolina.
that might be your hate. That might be your
Okay.
hate.
It might be. We call that chasing the dragon because last
Okay.
week they had a good. He had a good game. Yeah, he got in the end zone, I believe, 2 or 3 times last week. And he had, he had a hell of a game. But we know when it comes to this fantasy that it could easily turn on you real quick.
Yeah, so I'm agreeing with Messiah on that. That might be a hate next week. We'll see.
All right. I got Jameson Crowder as my first receiver.
Oh, my favorite whiskey. I like Jameson, and that's a good play.
Going against
The
Arizona.
offense has been struggling.
Right. Arizona's.
The offense has been struggling, but I think they get back on track. I like that play.
I got Cincinnati's AJ Green.
I think that's that could possibly be a hate just
Sure.
because of a name of Xavier Rhodes. He's a hell of a
Yeah, they got
corner.
that dude over there. I don't know that I'm agreeing with Messiah again. That might be a hate. They got that dude over there, Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be Brandon LaFell, who has a hell of a game.
We do have a daytime Dolphin.
Okay, so that's the name we haven't heard in a while. That's the name we have not heard in a while.
It's true.
But we'll see.
We got daytime Dalton though.
So, my favorite novella still.
So-
My favorite novella.
So that I'm going with him. I got Jordy Nelson.
I like that play.
That's
Right.
a good play. He averages 15 points with Aaron Rodgers on the field, so you take that chance.
Okay. Nice little tidbit right there by Messiah. I hope y'all paying attention.
And then with my tight end, I got Rudolph, Minnesota. Right now he's questionable.
Okay.
So I don't if he's not playing, I am going to switch him. We were
What would you
talking.
go with if Rudolph was unable to go?
Well,
his backup, we
right?
just figured
Yeah,
out his backup.
like we were talking about off camera. Backup. What? Moore.
Yeah.
Morgan, I think his name was Morgan.
You know what I mean?
Whoever he is,
he
is
would
going
be
to
a
be
good play.
cheap, and it's going to allow you to. It's going to allow you to pay up at another position and maybe rework this lineup that you have.
Right. It'll work. You know, like I said, it'll work out. So I'm gonna run with him though if he does stay. Rudolph.
Okay.
And then I got as my flex, I got Alshon Jeffries with the Eagles.
Okay. I like that play. I do. I like that play.
They did lose Wentz, but I don't really think that's gonna affect him too much. Somebody has to
No,
catch passes.
I don't either. I agree with you on that. It's going to segue into my lineup. Who's your defense?
And then my defense, I went with the Saints, double dipping with Breeze.
Okay.
The Saints.
And going back to your Jeffries play, I believe that he's still going to put up numbers because to start out with my quarterback, Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles comes in, he looks like Nick Foles that pulled off that highway robbery, that got that big payday when he had that good season. I think he looks like him, so I'm rolling out Nick Foles.
Okay.
And, on the show, if you're a fan of the show, we usually talk about we stay away from Patriots running back. And it seems this year Rex Burkhead is their LeGarrette Blount from last year, and I know they're going to be close around the end zone. They had a bad game. They're going to make up for that bad game.
And he gives him a little bit more flexibility than having LeGarrette Blount because you can pass him the ball.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's why I got him in the lineup. Hopefully he can even get a couple of cheap catches as well. I went with Alex Collins. He's quietly a top 10 fantasy running back. Although he doesn't get in the end zone, he gets a lot of carries and puts up yards. I think this week he gets in the end zone. I'm hoping he's the one of the three-headed monster that they have down there in Baltimore. I hope he gets in the end zone.
Yeah, it seems like you're taking a gamble dealing with these running back carousels. You got two running backs where they run 3 running backs, which if you do a good job, because you picked him last week and he went off. Hopefully he does the same thing again.
Just like we always talk about in these tournament plays, I'm trying to find somebody that other players might not be using in the tournament. And my first wide receiver, I went with Marquise Goodwin. Ever since Jimmy G came in the game and has been playing, he's been averaging about 10 targets a game, and he's been producing off that. I think he continues that trend. And then at my other wide receiver position, I went with Juju. I think Juju didn't have a good game last week. You know how we always talk about in fantasy. I'm chasing the
I
dragon.
think that might be your hate, bro.
Who they playing? Are they playing the week?
I'm not. They're playing the Patriots. You know,
Yeah.
and
I'm calling that a hate.
The hoodies. Yeah, the hoodie's gonna try to shut down Antonio Brown. So I think that's why Juju has a big game. Just like I said, because Martavius had a big game last week.
But let's,
and then my boys,
but do understand that that Belichick hasn't been able to. He wasn't able to shut down Jarvis Landry. They knew that they were gonna throw it to him, and Jarvis Landry still got his. So
Yeah.
I think what it is the slot position is the best position to play against New England, which Juju's a good play.
Yeah. And then I also went, my boy, he's back off injury. He's fresh in the lineup. I went with Robert Woods. I like him. I've been rolling with him all season. I'm just going to roll him back out since he's healthy again. At tight end, I went with a Messiah Prophecy earlier in the season, and he's been producing, and he's still producing. I'm on Ricky Seals-Jones. And then, I'm gonna jump on Messiah Saints train. I went with Kamara. I think he is one part of the best running back duo in the NFL. I think he gets his. He's still on a roll, and he continues to roll. And then I went with the Big Purple on D. It's going to be a smash mouth game against the Browns. The big Purple, the Ravens. I went with them. As much as I don't like to agree with this one over here, Melodic, I went ahead and rolled them out. That's my lineup for the week. Messiah, who you rolling out?
Well, as I go back to the season before, with my quarterback, I'm going with brutal comeback.
Throwback.
I'm going with Blake Bortles at my quarterback. I've been using him in my personal league. He's been doing me fine. Going against Houston's defense, which is 32nd against the pass. I also went with Kenyon Drake. I said I might as well go with an Alabama running back since he didn't get no love in college. He's getting love now. At running back, I went with McCaffrey versus Jonathan Stewart just because of the pass catch ability.
Okay.
And I haven't went against Josh Gordon for the last 2 weeks, so I'm using him again. Okay. Going against Baltimore.
And I'll continue to say, Stevens, hey, I guess he off the weed, man. Hey.
It also shows that he's an NFL receiver. I also went with Jordan. I also went with Jordy Nelson just because of the point differential with Aaron Rodgers being on the field. And I'm going with my double dip. I went with D.D. Westbrook, which I picked the last 2 weeks, and he's doing well for me. The rookie out of Oklahoma at 4,200.
You're a fan of the show. You've been getting money.
I think we can name that his sleeper of the year.
D.D. Westbrook's been doing all right. He didn't do much. He was hurt for half of the season, but when he's came back, he's done well. And in my tight end position, I know Carson Wentz is out, but I know that they call plays for him. I went with Zach Ertz, which we know does work.
Best tight end in the league. I think he is the best tight end in the league.
And something I paid attention to last week, I had Le'Veon Bell in my personal fantasy league, and Le'Veon Bell didn't do well rushing the ball, but he did well receiving the ball. So I went with Duke Johnson going against Baltimore. And then at my defense, I went with who that? With Bryce Petty playing quarterback, I'm taking my chance. It was either gonna be the Saints or the Big Purple. So, hey, those are my picks, and that's my lineup for this week.
Hey, as always, thank you for pressing play
and subscribe.
I hope you made it to. Hey, hit subscribe. Yeah, Messiah been saying it. Hit that. It's somewhere on here. Hit that subscribe button for us. I hope you're in the semifinals of your personal fantasy league. And if you're not, then the only person you can hate on them is yourself because you picked the sorry lineup. Have a day, Guam.
Till next time.
Later.
Come on.